Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 141 of the Fab and Fearless Business Booster Shot Show. My name is Yinka. I am a business strategist, I'm a speaker, I am an author, I am a coach, and I support women to create wealth in and through their businesses by helping them to focus on what matters most for the business, which is cash flow and strategy, and what matters most for the business owner, which is mindset and habits. It's episode 141, and it is my pleasure to welcome you today to the Booster Shot Show, where each week at 1:30 p.m. UK time on a Wednesday, I come to you with a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business with one powerful truth and one actionable tip. And if you can see and hear me clearly over on my LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube profiles, feel free to jump into the chat. Let me know that you can see and hear me, and I am not just talking to myself. I am so excited to welcome you to today's episode. We are focusing on the truth about winning. And so just before I go ahead and share insights on that particular topic, I am going to just check on my phone, make sure that we are live, and ensure that all who wish to learn more about this powerful topic today have the opportunity to do so and to enable themselves to create real magic in their bank accounts and their businesses. Hello, LinkedIn user who is either Sharon or Sonia. Thank you so much for letting me know that I am indeed live over on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hello, fabulous Charmaine. So great to have you in the room. Awesome ladies. How are you doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, let me know. Drop in the chat and share with me your rating on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is Yinka, things could not be any worse. 10 is woo, Yinka, things could not be any better. Let me know how you are feeling today. I'm going to tell you a secret. I am coming in at a solid 9. But this particular 9 that I am in today is the 9 that like toddlers get just before they are about to have a really deep sleep. I had a really late night yesterday. Unfortunately, one of my children is not feeling too great today. So I was pretty much up all night long. So I've come in on fumes and those fumes are doing me well. I am definitely going to have a really good night's sleep tonight because I'm going to run out of steam. But you know, before you run out of steam, you are coming in with like big, bad, like hype and vibes. That is where I'm at today. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you so much for letting me know that you're coming in at a 6. Sharon and Charmaine, you were at a 7. Ladies, thank you for sharing that with me. And I just want to be very clear that it is my intention that before you leave today, you are leaving with a score that is higher than the one that you came with. So I want to make sure that as many women as possible, people as possible, I put it out on socials on purpose because I know that there are guys who come in and watch me too. Guys, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, you are so welcome. Feel free to jump in. I do not want to keep this a secret. Cash flow, good solid cash flow and business information is sorely lacking in the industry. So I am more than happy to have the guys, the gals and everything in between absolutely tuning in today. And so if you are, I just want to check that I'm live though on the other platforms. I can see that LinkedIn is doing me well, which I'm excited to see. I just want to make sure that Facebook is live and also YouTube is live as well. I'm always very excited to have the opportunity to share insights on my YouTube channel. So just before we get started, tag a friend, tag 2, who is an incredible woman or man in business in your life, in your audience, who you think would really benefit from hearing about the truth about winning, because that is our topic for today. That is what we are focusing on. That is what we are ensuring we are making magic on in this regard. So, hey, Jackie Raymond, I am so excited to see you. Thank you for joining me, Fab Lady. We are talking about winning. And yes, I am. If you are like, Yinka's really hyper today, you're absolutely right. I am fully hyper, having had pretty much a sleepless night with an unwell child. So I'm doing that last hurrah that we see so often in toddlers before they like really crash. That's me right now. Unfortunately, I don't drink tea or coffee, and I don't drink, any kind of caffeinated drink. So this is all a natural high. Because I'm excited to talk about the truth about winning. Ladies and gents, the first thing I want you to know, and the first thing I want to be really clear on with you today, is that there is it is human to want to win. So this is one of the biggest truths that is often so overlooked, and this is why I wanted to talk about it. It's very easy for us to think that, oh, well, winning only really applies to some sorts of people, or other people, or maybe you count yourself as a winner. I think you really should. I'll explain why in a second. But winning, to want to win, is human. Like, who do you know that wants to lose? Now, it's interesting because there are people who have a victim narrative, and that is part of their identity. And so they are people who like to reinforce their identity, but even them, they don't like losing either. They don't like losing. To want to win is human. And so this is the reason why I wanted to share this today, because fundamentally, while to want to win is a human trait, just like growth is a human trait, breathing in and out is a human trait, there's been a little bit of challenges around winning and the concept, particularly as it relates to how society treats men and women around the idea of winning. So I'm going to jump into it right now. And the first thing I want to ask you is, what is winning? Because it's always really important that we are clear about what we are talking about whenever we are talking about a topic. So when it comes to business, or when it comes to life, what does winning actually mean? There is a definition. I'm always someone who likes to go to the dictionary to find out the meaning of things, because I am what I like to call a word nerd. And I love to make sure that I'm super clear about the thing I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. So the definition of winning, according to dictionary.com, is gaining, resulting in, or relating to victory in a contest or a competition. So gaining, resulting, or relating to victory in a contest or competition. Now, I love whenever I have the opportunity to define a concept, I always love the words that come back to me, because it immediately enables me to think deeper about the bigger truths. So it's talking about a contest or a competition. Now, when we think about a contest or a competition, the first truth about winning is there is no winning if there is no contest. Like, there is no winning if there is no contest. Now, that might sound really obvious, but the reason why I want to bring this to your mind and your thinking is because so many of us don't want a contest. We don't want anything to kind of disrupt the ease and the flow, and we want everything to be chilled and cool, and we just want that soft life. And I am not suggesting that wanting a soft life is a bad thing, but you cannot have victory if there was no battle. That you cannot win if there was no contest. If there's no competition, there cannot be a win. So that's the first thing. If you find yourself right now feeling like you are in contest, there is some kind of contention, there is exertion that's happening, there's more activation than you would like, then I want to celebrate you. And I want you to know that you are in contest right now. Now, the beautiful thing about contest is that makes an opportunity available for you to win. And as I said just a moment ago, it is human to want to win. It is human. It is in our human nature to want to win. Nobody was biologically programmed to want to not win. But here's the thing, because winning has gotten all twisted up and everybody has now made what is called a zero-sum game out of the idea of winning in business and life. Now, a zero-sum game is a game where there is winners and therefore there must be losers. And that seems, pretty straightforward, because it seems like so many people are winning and many more people are losing. But what I want to invite you to think about is thinking about both life and business slightly differently. Because I am someone who is a believer in abundance. And the fact is that a zero-sum game, any type of game, and most of the contests that we experience and focus on in our experience as people are built out of scarcity. Oh, if I'm going to win, someone else must lose. For me to win, someone else must lose. For someone else to win, I must lose. And to be honest, that is one of the truths that that is one of the myths that we have to bust. And that is one of the truths that we need to shine a light on. The truth about winning is that it is literally available to all of us. In the game of life, everyone could win. Winning is a possibility for all of us. Drop in the chat. Let me know that you are picking up what I am putting down. I have had no chats come through in the last 6 minutes. So either the tech is teching or I have stunned you to silence. But in the game of life, there is winning that is available for all of us. Hi, Lola. Thank you so much for dropping that in the chat for me, letting me know that someone is still with me. I was very grateful, and letting me know that Facebook is doing the magic too, along with Jackie. Thank you so much. Winning is available to all of us. And so I really want you to hear me well. The reason why this is important is because it is so easy for us to look at someone else who's winning and for us to be in a position where we feel like we're not winning, and then for us to get jealous. And the beauty about jealousy, yes, I did not stutter. There is a beauty in jealousy, because jealousy tells us that something that we really want. Jealousy reveals our true desires. But here's the thing, jealousy is built on the lie of scarcity. Now, there is some scarcity is real. So for example, if you are jealous that someone is married to somebody that you want, there is only one of that person. You both can't be married to them at the same time unless you hail from a culture that allows for polygamous marriages. I don't, and therefore there is a legit scarcity in that there is only that one individual human. So if your jealousy is in relation to something that is legitimately scarce, that's a separate conversation. But perhaps because abundance is real, perhaps it's time to really think about not the person, but what the person represents to you. Because ultimately, if it is that you just want a loving husband who will treat you well and who will treat you like a queen and be your king and all of the things that you want out of whatever marriage, means to you, that's available from far more than that single individual human. And so all of a sudden, there is no win-loss. If it's about that individual human, yes, that human is one person and there is only one of that person. But there isn't only one amazing, fabulous guy that's going to treat you like a queen. And this is true in so many different areas of our lives. We get jealous when we see success because we have it in mind that someone else winning means someone is losing. Let me know if you are picking this up. Let me know if you have, and again, I'm not asking you to out yourself on this particular Booster Shop show. But the thing I want you to recognize is jealousy is powerful. And it is not a negative emotion. It is an indicator. There is no such thing as negative when it comes to emotions. Emotions are just. They are what they are. They say what they say. But the one thing that jealousy does tell you, or the two things, number one is what you really want, and two, the fact that you have told yourself for some reason you can't have it. And as I said before, it may be that what you're fixating on may well be scarce. So broaden the opportunity and allow yourself to create win-wins. And so the truth about winning in life is that winning is available to all of us. The second truth about winning when it comes to life is that for me, and again, this is my paradigm of belief, feel free to disagree with it, but for me, there is no such thing as losing. As long as you are living, you have the opportunity to win. But let me tell you this powerful truth. Because while we think that the opposite of winning when it comes to life is losing, as I said, I don't believe that you can lose at life. But I definitely do believe you cannot win, that everybody is not winning at life. And so you're like, well, Yinka, if they're not winning and you don't believe in losing, then what is going on, Yinka? Make the maths make the math, make it make sense. And let me explain it to you like this. Most people, the reason why they're not winning at life is because they're not even playing the game. Most people they are existing. They are not living. It's only people that are living that are actually winning. I hope this is clear. I hope you're understanding the distinction here. I hope I've not bamboozled you with the insights here. So number one is that there is no loss when it comes to life. But number two is you have to actually be playing the game in order to even win. And that's where most people go wrong. They're not even in the game. They're not on the field. They're not picking up the ball. They're not taking their chances. They're so afraid of the idea of losing that they're not even playing at all. And so they're living their life. And they're living their life playing not to lose rather than playing to win, which is not really playing at all. I'm going to say it again. It's so nice. I'm going to say it twice. They're living their lives playing not to lose rather than playing to win. So they're not really playing at all. Hello, fabulous Leslie Flowers. It's so great to have you in the room with us. We are talking about winning. We are talking about winning because most people are not winning because they are not really playing. I wish I had a mic. I would drop it right now. They are not playing the game. That's why they're not winning. They're not out of the game. Their heart is still beating. Their brain is still giving, electrical activity. But legit, they know full well that they are not living the fullest and most powerful expression of their life. So they're not even in the game. And this is why it is so important for us to get clear about this truth about winning. Because number one, you can't win if you don't play. Number two, you can't win if you play not to lose. If you are going to play, you have to play to win. And this leads me beautifully, almost like I planned it, to talk about the money and the cash flow piece. Because this is my area of expertise. And this is what I do and do best. And what I want you to know when it comes to the truth about winning is people who really understand winning understand this about money and winning. So number one, they understand you cannot possibly win, truly, you can't win without getting the money piece sorted. You are lying to yourself if you think you can. I understand why you would lie to yourself and say that you are when you're not really, especially if you're a woman. Because the fact is that society, while it is human nature to want to win, society does not like it when women say they want to win. Society, we teach our girls all sorts of things, but we definitely don't teach our girls to want to win. And we don't teach our girls to say that they want to win. We teach our girls to be pretty and small and quiet and controllable and well behaved. And we know full well that well behaved women seldom make history. I don't even know of a well behaved woman in history, which is wild because women are 50% of the population and less than 1% of written recorded history. But I digress. Don't get me started on that particular thing. So, women, girls, we are not taught that it is okay for us to own our desire to win. So we lie. Oh, it's okay. I just need enough for me. Oh, I don't want too much. I don't want to be too much. I don't want to have too much. Oh, I don't need money. Oh, I'm not in it for the money. Oh, I'm heart-centered. Yada, yada, yada. Can you see, ladies and gents, where these come from? These phrases that are insidious and that are keeping women, particularly, but people in general, busy and broke. So people who truly understand winning know that you ain't winning if you ain't got your money together. If you do not have money in abundance. Money is the most powerful, ubiquitous resource to create wealth, to create progress, to create change. How are you going to win without it? How? And yes, you're absolutely right. For those of you who are in my spaces, success takes resources and resourcefulness. They are the only two components that come together to make success. And yet, you need to put your resources and resourcefulness together to create the resources you need for the success and the life you want. One of those, the most effective of those resources is money. Because you can turn money into so many other things. That is the nature. That is what ubiquitous means. Money, water, ubiquitous. But the other piece of the puzzle, which is why this is such a delicious topic and one I could talk on for days, but it is a booster shot show, so we're going to be out of here at the top of the hour, is that people that truly understand winning also know. So they know you can't win without money. And they also know that money alone can't help you win. If you only had money and nothing else, you ain't winning either. That's what the real winners understand about money. Money is necessary for winning, but it is not sufficient for it. And I am so excited that I get to use my Economics 101 degree in explaining this particular concept to you. Money is a necessary ingredient for winning, but it is not sufficient. If money is all you have, you ain't won nothing but money. Because you want to win in relationships. You want to win in health. You want to win in peace of mind. You want to win in impact. That's what it means to win in life. You want to win in business. You want to win in connections. You want to win in influence. You want to win in impact. Money alone cannot be the only measure of your winning. If money's all you got, you ain't won. You ain't won if money's all you got. And yet, if you ain't got no money, you ain't gonna win. This is the paradox and the opportunity of understanding the truth about winning. So I'm going to recap quickly before I share the one powerful truth and the one actionable tip. So we talked about winning being a state or referring to victory from contest. So we talked about the fact that if there is no contest, there is no winning. If life was always easy and always chill, then unfortunately there's nothing to win. You cannot have victory if there was no battle. That was the first thing we shared. The second thing we shared, or the second thing I shared, is the fact that when it comes to life, I am a believer that there is no losing. People who are still alive are not losing. However, that doesn't mean that they're winning. And the reason they're not winning is because most people aren't even playing. You can't win if you don't play, and you cannot win if you do not play to win. And the problem is most people, and this is what is built out in our education systems, in our corporate space, most people are playing not to lose. And you can't win by playing not to lose. You'll never take a shot at goal. You'll never get ahead if you only played not to lose. So that was the second truth we highlighted. The third truth we highlighted was the fact, as I said, that most people aren't even in the game. And because they're not in the game, they're not winning. But it is so important for us to recognize the role and the power that money has to play. Because the third truth is that you cannot really win without money. And yet, if money is all you've got, you're not going to win either. And then the only other piece of the puzzle that I wanted to drop for you is quite simply the truth about winning is the contest that you are in is only ever you against you. This is the reason why jealousy is so pointless, but also it's so pointless to get caught up in it, but it's so useful as a tool. Because you're looking around at other people when what you need to be doing is keeping your eyes on the prize and focusing on what's going on with you. Your competition is you. The contest is against you. It's not against any other person. No one else is on your road. No one else has your journey. So winning only happens when you understand the game. You can only play a game to win if you understand it. And the game of life is always you against you. That is your one powerful truth today. It is always going to be you against you. So I want to encourage you, because I know how easy it is for you to look around and for you to look at other people and be like, oh, I wish I had what they had. And then allow yourself to come off negatively from that comparison. My one actionable tip for you today is probably the most controversial that I've ever offered, because it goes against everything that we are told to do. We are told to never compare ourselves to other people. I just told you that the race is you against you. But my one actionable tip for you today is I want you to look around and I want you to look at who inspires you. Who do you look at and you're excited by what they have because you'd like a slice of that for yourself? Who do you look at and you think, oh, I would love to do that. I would love to have that. I would love to be that. Because that's telling you your desires. And if there is a trigger of jealousy in there, then I encourage you to ask yourself, why am I telling myself I can't have it when I can? There is always a way for me to have the thing that I actually want. I may not be able to have the individual human, but I can have what they represent to me. I can have one of my own, more of my own. Who inspires you? Who triggers you? Who makes you feel that jealousy pang? What does that jealousy have to tell you? Yeah, I know we went deep on the homework today. We went deep on the homework today. Yinka's telling people to compare. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Who makes you feel jealous? What makes you feel jealous? What gives you that feeling? You're like, oh, I wish. Because it's telling you what you really want, and that is fuel for you to bring into your contest of you against you. How are you going to make that happen? How are you going to create that reality in your life? Jealousy is giving you the indicator of something you really want. Let's go use it as fuel for the fire. And if, as you are looking around and taking your one actionable tip, and you notice that one of the things that is coming up is around a lack, around money, around cash flow, and you think you want some help with that, holler at me. Slide into my DMs. The word for today, as you can probably guess, is winning. So, yeah, slide into my DMs. My work helps women to create consistent, abundant, increasing cash flow in their businesses for their lives. I don't want just the business to be rich. I want you to be rich. I want you to have wealth so that you can live a life of your dreams. You can actually play and win this game called life, supported by the fuel and the support of your business. If that sounds like your vibe, slide into my DMs. They are warm and welcoming, and I'd love to speak to you more. But in the meantime, ladies and gents, that is everything I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so, so much for joining me. So great to see new friends and old, not old, friends that have come in the past as well. Not that old is a problem, but language and all of those things. Please jump into the chat wherever you are watching me. Share your biggest takeaway. Tag a friend. Tag a friend who has been frustrated because they've been challenged and they feel like they're losing. You cannot lose. You cannot lose. Encourage that friend and tell them losing is not available, but let's make sure you win. Tag your friend, send them this video, let them drop the word #replay so that I know that they saw it too. And in the meantime, take care. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you in the spaces. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.